Literally, there's a saying that girls are saying this saying a lot nowadays. It's we want to get married without the guy. We just want to have the. That is why the whole concept of Farzi Sangeet and Farzi
Yeah.
Shadi came up,
Yeah.
because people just want to
What
have
is
a wedding. They want the fun, they want the lehengas, they want the jewelry, they want everything of a shadi, but they just don't want the man or the woman in the picture.
How much do people actually spend on weddings? Maybe a few lakhs or a millions? People on the internet say that weddings these days have turned commercial and not a lot about joy and pure union. We'll break all this down today on Girl Talk DXB. If I have to go back to the traditional times, weddings were all about family unions, two families coming together, and a small close knit ceremony, but bringing a lot of joy to people. However, on the contrary, now if I have to look at weddings in 2025, uh, well, it's also about families coming together, but I feel it's like more of an extravaganza. The focus shifts from the couple, and the focus is all about actually what are you going to show the world, all about your status, all about the kind of money you have and the prestige you own. Which is a very big drift from how traditional weddings looked like, and how modernization has completely shifted the way we look at weddings these days. If I have to draw a comparison, I think I'll just start simply saying that a one day celebration now looks like a multi day cultural event. And it's a lot. And with the kind of social media pressure, I don't think every family, Indian family, or maybe any other family across the world can match up to the expectations, because the thought process is very clear in everybody's head that I want a wedding to look like this. And this thought process has also come because of the extreme social media advertising and the kind of big bang weddings that are happening. Not really sure if everybody can match up to this expectation, but I really think there has to be like a little bit shift in the narrative and shift in the way we look at weddings, because with the way it's going, I see that it's just going to keep expanding. I see it's just going to keep becoming even more luxurious, which is not in the capacity of a lot of people who are middle class people.
That's why a lot of people are like pressured into having a marriage that they can't really afford, just because they want to show it to the world that they are capable enough of having such a grand wedding, even though they put their like life savings into a wedding. Like I think you said that before, that uh, a father would rather spend on the girl's education, right? You were saying like in the earlier times that the father, like people used to tell the father that you spend on the girl's wedding rather than spending on the education. So weddings have become such a big thing now. Earlier, I don't think so. It was such a big. It's like
kind
a
of become a very stressful and a burden to the
Yeah.
parents to make sure that all the siblings or whatever the kids that they have, that all are equally getting the same benefit. Wedding has become a task now, because it's not a easy job to get a wedding done, because there's so much of expenses, so much of show, and so much of cultural things that is involved into it, that you're not able to manage with the expenses.
I would say expenses, yes. I mean, see, even if you are doing a normal wedding, expenses are there. I think from if when the child is born, I think parents start saving from that age only. Because, especially if it's a girl child, that, they have to spend this much because it's about the gold and all. But now I think it's more of a show off thing, because, if some wedding is taking place, then people go compare, oh, in our wedding it was not like this, something else was there. Because if we say the costing per plate, people even calculate that.
True. Yes.
Because
yes.
what is the price of this plate, then okay, it should be more in our wedding. If they start comparing.
yeah.
If I mean, it's just an example I'm giving about the plate, but then even if we talk about the decors and all, okay, I don't want the same decor in my wedding. Because but earlier it used to be the same. It was just a tent, and then people stand and they just do.
So this happened recently at a cousin's wedding. So wedding is all about a lot of planning, And now with the way it's become so commercial, it all starts from the scratch, right? From your clothes to the decor to the videography to, and the list is just never ending. So this happened with a very close cousin of mine, and they wanted to, they approached a wedding planner for the event. So usually wedding planners have these listed decor photographs that they have, that we can do this and we can do that, and that's in the budget that they list. But he himself revealed it to the client that, no matter I have this portfolio to show you, but 65% of the clients will still pay a bigger amount and just opt for the kind of decor that they want. So he's like, even though we have this portfolio, we are showing that this is something that we can do and we are the best at. But still, they'll come back with a photo they've seen on Pinterest or a photo that they've seen on Instagram, and they'll be like, it's okay, we are ready to put extra amount. You add that to the budget, but you give us this.
Yeah.
So he's like, now when people come to us and when they ask, "Hey, can you show your past work and previous experiences?" So he's like, with every wedding, it's different because our current portfolio is not making sense at all, because now everybody has a different preference and a different choice, and all thanks to social media, because we all envision our big day to look like this because we have seen a particular video or a particular photograph on the internet. Just to add to this, that there is a report on the net that says 72% of Indians are spending more on marriages than on a child's education, which is
Absolutely
a
right.
clear understanding of how the wedding culture looks like and where it's actually kind of going ahead in life.
To add on to this, I would just say that there's so much of expenses involved into it, and so much they compared with the status of the family, that at times the middle class family, they have a lot of stress and a burden to manage these kind of expenses and challenges. How? Because the talented person, the bride or the bridegroom, is not able to get the right match just because the family status doesn't match over there. So this is how the parents get pressurized and burdened, that rather start saving for the child's wedding rather than spending kind of a money on education.
Yeah, but somewhere if I say, but now I think education, I would say that parents have also understood that we have to, spend on education first. So now that criteria, I mean, of course it was there. I would say that till 2020 we can say that, or maybe 2015 it was still fine, that okay, let's not spend on education but spend on marriage. But now that concept has also changed. That's what I believe, that okay, parents have started, I mean, they are understanding, or maybe they understood, okay, I mean, let's spend on education rather on marriage. Though, because they have a mindset now that okay, the child has started earning, so they will do it. Yeah, they will do it for self, because now they have started, okay, if they are telling that look for a man by yourself or look for a girl by yourself, so I think now they are okay taking or telling that okay, we will do 50-50. Now that trend is also there. Half you pay, half the girl family will pay, half the boy family will pay. So now they are getting it into the thing that okay, it's not only one party's decision, okay, they will only spend. So it's coming now, it's getting normal, like if they say equality, men and women are same, so now they are coming to that thing that everything should be divided. It should not be only the one family should not be burdened.
This is why the whole concept of intimate wedding started, because we wanted, or people wanted to match the level of those weddings that costed a lot. They started calling a smaller crowd so that they could match that level. But otherwise, in the earlier days, I think the minimum crowd was like 500,000 people. Now it's become like, I want an intimate wedding with just my close friends and my family. That's how it's become.
But that being said, I think the whole concept of marriage is not going to slow down. So just in 2024, like the marriage services, like if I have to talk about everything together, the global wedding services market had hit over $900 billion. So if you actually look at that in a way, it sums up to a lot of economy. It's like an economy boost in multiple sectors, and which is why they say that in India, people absolutely wait for October till February because it is also an economic drive in multiple domains. For example, the catering services, the videography and the photography, which is expected to be dull while it's raining, while it's sunny in the rest of the states in India. So it adds to a very big economic growth. And for that being said, it's very subjective to say that, yes, even though you have a private ceremony, even in the private ceremony, there are specifications on who's going to be doing your photography or who's going to be your caterer. So in a way, I think the economy cycle when it comes to weddings is very well balanced, and the competition is just getting tougher and tougher, especially with social media now. Everybody is looking for the best videographer and everybody is looking for the best photographer. It's just adding more competition and adds more value to how you are actually looking at a
Yeah,
wedding.
but then I mean, I am not sure if you guys have been to those theme weddings now
yeah.
happening, like
I think it's overdone now. I'm tired of them.
because this is again a new concept for us, I think, because what we have seen previously, it was just one or maybe two wedding functions.
Yeah.
That now they have proper theme for every
Yes.
wedding. Okay, if it is a mehendi night, if the henna artist will be sitting there, they will put henna
Yeah,
and
that
then
also adds to a lot of celebrity influence. Like if you had to see like the marriages wherein Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas, Kiara Advani and Siddharth Malhotra, the recent Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco wedding, this is like a very, because these people as individuals have a huge global impact. And when I say global impact, it means like we always think of as a human the tendency just goes in a way that I wish I had a wedding like this.
yeah.
And when you
Priyanka
say
and
that,
yeah.
this comes in as a psychological block towards my parents, because if I say that, an emotional father or an emotional mother would feel like if my daughter or son has said this, I also wish to
Yeah.
get him a big dreamy day like this.
Absolutely.
It's very huge. Celebrity influencers have, because they've commercialized a wedding. Their celebrity albums are linked with an agency, and maybe the photography and videography has been given to like a social
Yeah.
media paparazzi agency.
That is why there is a concept of this big fat wedding.
Big fat Indian wedding.
Indian wedding.
Not just Indian
Yeah,
wedding,
it is
big
a big fat
weddings.
wedding. In why they call it, I would say that, I mean, it's always big Indian fat wedding. Why? Because this concept of wedding,
Yeah.
making it, huge is only in India.
Yeah. So
I think.
it's become very status symbol.
Yeah.
Is as simple as that. See, there are weddings happening in multiple parts of the world,
Yeah.
but there are a few weddings that just blow on social media.
True.
And that
Like the
that's-
Ambani wedding.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Ambani
the
wedding
Ambani
was
wedding is
huge.
projected to be around millions and millions.
Yeah.
And it was a celebration that brought A-list celebrities together.
Absolutely.
They had the best caterers. They had the best decor
actually, to
services.
add on to it, all the credit goes to these celebrities, to bring wedding to the next level.
Yeah.
The kind of people admire them, people follow
Absolutely.
them, and they like seeing such weddings happening, and they want to bring it to the reality. That is how things have happened, and everyone want to have that kind of destination wedding or those new concepts.
Even I think Hollywood celebs, they started coming to India.
Yeah.
Like
To
we were
get
talking
married.
about, yeah.
Kim Kardashian was at
Wow,
Ambani's wedding. I was
right,
like,
right.
what?
And they all
And
were
everybody is also embracing the Indian
Yeah,
culture
yeah.
of wearing ethnic wear, which
Yeah.
is something that they love, all designed by Manish
Manish
Malhotra.
Malhotra. Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously, to imagine them in those costumes, I think nobody would have imagined that they will
Definitely,
never coming
Indian
in this.
weddings have gone global. I
Global.
would like to say, and in a good way, yes, definitely. In a
Absolutely.
very good way. I think the essence that it holds, I think the roots that it holds, that Indian weddings are all about traditions, culture. It's a very deep aspect. Like every religion in India celebrates a wedding differently, and that's the beauty of weddings in India.
Absolutely, like we were
Even though
talking
it's a
about
union.
Yeah, we were talking about Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas. Though they could have got married in US itself,
Yeah.
but they planned a wedding in India.
They got, I think
one
they
of
got
the
married in
beautiful city that is
Jodhpur.
Udaipur.
Udaipur
That
or Jodhpur?
happens to be one of the
Yeah,
best
I think
cities.
that. Yeah.
There's a very interesting blog that I read on the internet. It says that now people are actually jumping towards a marriage, and which says that almost 46 million people in 2024 got married.
Wow.
And that's, if you have to look at the cycle, it's like a big
Yeah.
economic
Yeah,
boost.
absolutely.
And a boost in every form.
Yeah,
I would
because
say.
if we see, I think the I mean, if we talk about the videographer or the photographer, if they are capturing for celebrities and all, they are getting business, because if people who are very
Yeah.
rich and very
Yeah.
wealthy, they will obviously opt for those
Yeah.
Those
photographers, because they are getting business. It's all about
Yeah,
the business,
that's what-
because everyone wants that. Now it's a trend. I saw on the internet, and I also read that people, especially if they are getting married, the couple has their own wedding page.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yes.
hire that photographer or that videographer
Yes.
to make those reels and post as well on Instagram.
Those trendy reels with
Yeah.
the whole din shagnada and everything. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So that has
Yeah.
become again a trend, because can you imagine, like, whole new page just for few days they are also making it, and then keeping them up to date and all.
Yeah.
That is also again business.
Business. You hire social media people, you hire those videographers, you hire makeup artists. That's a very big expense.
Yeah.
The outfits, they have a pre-wedding shoot, they have a post-wedding shoot. So it's
Too much to be say, because also, and that pre-wedding shoots and all, they are not happening on very small places and all, they are huge places. People have started doing destination pre-wedding shoots
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, true.
we used to hear destination wedding, but now it's pre-wedding shoot destination also they have created.
It's like for the pre-wedding shoot, they'll go to the mountains or something, and for the post-wedding shoot, they'll go to like Bali or somewhere. Yeah.
True, that's true.
So there was this very recent blog that I read on the internet, and it just had my curiosity like plugged in, which says that an estimated 42 million weddings occurred globally in just 2024, and out of which India was the biggest contributor with 10 million weddings. 10 million weddings is like a huge number. So by looking at these kind of stats, I believe like people are now jumping on the bandwagon of getting married, because I think it's a lifetime sort of an opportunity where I feel like you can just live your dreams as per your capacity, and it's crazy. 10 million weddings globally in 2024, and I can't wait to read the stats what happens in 2025 now.
Literally, there's a saying that girls are saying this saying a lot nowadays. It's we want to get married without the guy. We just want to have the. That is why the whole concept of Farzi Sangeet and Farzi
Yeah.
Shadi came up.
Yeah.
Because people just want to
What
have
is
a wedding. They want the fun. They want the lehengas. They want the jewelry. They want everything of a shadi, but they just don't want the man or the woman in the picture. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's become more of, it's not about bonding as such anymore. It's more about, how people are just enjoying their own weddings. at
It's
this
now
point.
becoming like, it's like the hashtag which says keeping up the trend or following the trend. That's
Yeah.
why now it started everywhere. And also I think now I'm not sure about the Gen Z thing and all, but now people, I mean, if I talk about myself, I used to say my mom, okay, I want to get married and I want to wear a Sabya Sanchi lehenga only, okay? That's when I will get married. Otherwise, I'm not, if I'm not getting a Sabya
That's
Sanchi
what I
lehenga.
want to add. Like, I think this is how I spoke about the psychological drive, right? Because when we see such things, we really want to like do that and turn that from a dream into a reality. However, I think a lot of people have also shifted their thought process, because on a personal front, when I got married, I had a very streamlined process, and I had my things very clear that this is how it's going to be and this is how it's going to be. And that also feels like it is because I've seen so many blingy weddings all over the internet and all over the place. So I think it also brought that shift in my thought process where I wanted my wedding to be like very simple. And that's exactly what a lot of people even on the internet are saying. Because you're seeing so much of bling, you simply, even though you have all the capacity to do something great, you want it to be an intimate affair, because that affair in the end is for you and not for you to show it to the public that I had a wedding in a particular format or in a particular form, or just to live up to the status symbol.
Yeah, because it was a condition. I mean, like I was talking about that I wanted to wear that Sabyasachi lehenga and then only I will get married. So she used to tell, okay, please cut short your cost, then wear Sabyasachi lehenga. We will not call all of your friends and all. So it will be a small wedding. Are you okay with it? I said, yeah, it's just that I wanted to wear that, so it's fine. So now I think that's why people, I mean, as you were talking about that, small, intimate weddings people are doing because they're spending on themselves rather than spending on, people.
On people, yeah.
Because if we talk about the catering thing and all, I think a lot of food also get wasted. I mean, I'm not sure what are they doing at the background, if they are distributing it to, people who are in need, or maybe because once the wedding is done, when that last function is done, and when everyone moves out and all, we don't know what is happening at the background. What about the food? What about the flowers, decor? And it is all connected, I believe. The environment, the food, and then of course clothes is separate. But then these are the things I think which needs to be taken care. And I would say that everyone should see whatever happens, because it's not only one time the food is prepared. I mean, wedding is still there, but then we have other functions as well. What about all of that food?
Sustainability, basically.
Yes, you got it right. Sustainability. That is also important. Like, I think we should keep that thing also in mind, because I'm not sure, but if we see in India, you know how people are, right?
Yeah. So just to add to that, I think now people have become way too modern. They have Google Forms when they send out invitations. Fill up the form and RSVP, so we know that we can keep a track of
Just to
count.
ensure
And
that
that's
they
a
are-
very good initiative, because it that does not like there's no wastage of food in that way, and everything is like aligned well, because you have the right count of people coming to your wedding. And there are a lot of wiser people as well who take a follow up as well, like before the wedding, so you know that you're not wasting out on food. So it's a good initiative in a way. Sustainable weddings, yes, and that's the future. I believe.
Just to keep account, like how many of them would turn up rather than wasting food or any other luxuries, whatever they have
Yes.
prepared.
Even the fact that hotel bookings nowadays, so before they book your rooms, they ask you to send your flight details, like if you have booked your flight or not. Otherwise, they'll not book your rooms. It's become like that also now.
Yeah, that is, I mean, this is something new which I got to know from this conversation, that this concept has
this
came
this
up.
happened to me twice.
Oh,
in
is
the
it?
This year? They've told me we'll book your room, we'll confirm your room only when you send the flight details. I'm like, what? But yeah, this is how it is now.
I think it's about the Gen Z only, the youth who's taking care of all this and all. Maybe it's good, because if you talk about the later earlier times, it was because people used to stay far, but it was only one room. Okay, let's take a one room. We all will stay there only, because I think number of guests now have increased, but at that time I don't think so. It was too much of
It was
guest
not
list
too
as
much
well.
of guest. But just in a nutshell, I would still say that, add on to this, saying that these big fat weddings, these destination weddings, have still been capable of keeping the joy and the essence of wedding.
Absolutely.
So that's how it is driving the show, and everybody is crazy about those practices that is being followed in these big fat weddings, because we want to implement that in our own wedding. So that's how the Sabyasachi Lenga, the Manish Malhotra Lengas are all coming into picture, and we all are crazy about using them in our own wedding.
Yeah.
So I think in a way it is going good.
What kind of a wedding are you envisioning? A modern one or a traditional one? Let us know in the comments below, and until then, follow F360 Lifestyle for more such cool content.